simple enough fault that's happened, but there's an issue, and it's a big issue. Hey everyone, welcome to another video where today you join us at AJC Conversions, where we're picking our friend's campervan up because our friend Conrad has got his Volkswagen Crafter and he's had his next stage of the conversion being done. So Conrad, a few years ago, he had a Volkswagen Transporter T6. He wanted to go bigger, he sold that and he got a Volkswagen Crafter. Now, the first bit of the conversion he got done, because as we know, it takes a long time, you can't get everything done at the same time. He got his first bit of the conversion done, and now we're here and we're going to have a look at the second part, what he's had done.
Managed to get it done.
Here he is, Conrad. So before we have a look, Conrad,
yes,
first impressions?
I'm speechless. It's just like not my van. It totally makes such a difference having all this covering and walls done. Honestly, it's
and it's got that new vehicle smell as well.
Yes,
I can smell it. I can smell it.
Nice. That finishes it off.
It does indeed. Yes. So Conrad's van is a long wheelbase, and you know what? You can feel like the extra room that it's got in here. So he's got his maxi fan, we showed that in the last video. He's had a locker fitted here. Now Conrad is actually making his own like cooking facility unit here. He's going to put a seating area here and he's going to have his bedding area here, but at least now he's in a position where he can now start to like do all the finishing touches and start like building.
Actually go and camp in it now.
Yeah, and that's the thing, he's got his diesel heater, so you know he can now he can use his camper van, so that's fantastic. Yeah, I like that. That's a good storage locker. It's got a light on the bottom.
What you're thinking now,
Yeah. So yeah, it looks quite good. That he's got the curtains fitted. Yeah, he's got a section here that, you know, he's got like a couple of lights like put on here. Yes, there we go. So now he's got everything ready, like I said, to like build his like next units and things. Yeah, that's
where his kitchen unit's going to be.
Yeah.
This is his seating area.
Yeah.
That's where his bed's been.
Yeah.
He's got all the brackets in ready to refit his bed. It looks like he's lowered it though from where it was.
Well, I'll ask him that. He's just gone sorting some bits out, but like I said, you know, his bed area is going to go here. This is a good thing about, you know, when you do a campervan conversion in such a big van, you know, you can design it like how you want, because it needs to suit your individual needs.
Window that big?
Yeah, it's the same size window. It just looks a lot bigger because there's nothing else in here. It just might look a lot bigger. He's got the curtains out in, same as like we've got. He's got the diesel heater on. There he's got his lithium battery. Conrad's got his diesel heater fitted here because he's going to have some units here, and the diesel heater is going to be like coming out here. So, but yeah, it looks like a nice smart job. I like it. So guys, any inquiries for AJC Conversions? As you know, we've been coming here for almost 10 years. Now, can you believe that, Brandon? 10 years.
It's a long time. We've been here 11 years this year.
Right, there we go. Yeah. But put a link in the description. Any inquiries or anything, any campervan conversions, give these guys a call.
Thanks.
You happy, Conrad?
I am happy indeed.
Come on, let's have another quick look. And so, is there anything else that you're going to be doing?
Oh yes, it's just sort of the furnitures, I would say. There'll be the next part, the finishing touches between those sort of the corners, and whether I need more head lockers.
Yeah, but obviously you're going to be adding different things on.
I still don't know. This is now is a try and error. We'll be trying, obviously, using the van from now on, getting on the campsites, getting on the road, and see how it works in practice. Basically, that's the best I can do.
But you're still having your kitchen unit here, seating area. Have you decided about the seating area? Because you was...
No, we didn't get much chance to try it on in terms of just go away for the number of days.
Right.
It was just obviously using this on the driveway, thinking, okay, works nice, works well, but not really in a long way of practicing.
The good thing now is though, if you wanted to, and we had like a trip coming up or something, you could if you wanted, because this is as soon as we got our campervan converted, the first thing we did is we put a mattress in, we drove to Northumberland and we went well camping. So if you wanted to, if you had some time off and things, if you wanted to, this campervan now is ready.
It's ready indeed, yeah.
It's ready.
I've
You
already
can
got
go.
a bed frame made by myself. I've got a mattress, so it's just a way working on other units for combining between the height of the bed. I'm sure it'll be fine, but obviously there's always this 1% that is something that I might have to change. and then adding the rest of it, which is definitely the kitchen unit. There's a bit of missing puzzle now.
Well, the thing is though, Cameron, we've had our camper van for over 3 years now. It's never finished. There's always something to do.
You need to draw the line on it, but however, in that stage, it's quite a lot done to it now. So,
are you happy with it?
Very happy. I'm absolutely over the moon.
Fantastic.
It's just brilliant.
Bye. So it's a few weeks later now since we went and had a look at Conrad's van. I have to say Conrad's van is coming on so well now, and you know what? When that build's done, it's going to be amazing, because you know some of the things that he's having done that we didn't mention in the video, like little touches that he's going to put on, it is going to be really good. Okay, so let's give an update on our van. Now, if you didn't know, a couple of weeks ago we were on our way to Scotland in our campervan, and unfortunately our campervan broke down. Now, we've been driving for about 4 hours and we got to Glasgow, and when we got to Glasgow, it was driving along the motorway and we just had like loss of power, and that loss of power, I thought the van had gone into limp mode, and it hadn't, it actually cut out, and we ended up getting on the hard shoulder safely. And then when we was on the hard shoulder, he said there was no power in the van at all. Tried to start it up, it wouldn't start, and then that was the start of this crazy 11 hours for us, where you know we had to get recovery out eventually after they told us that we weren't covered. Gonna cover that in another video, but had to start talking about legal action against them because they messed up big time, and they basically told me that, you know, we didn't have any breakdown recovery. We did, that got sorted, and then we got towed off the motorway and then ended up getting towed home. After a crazy day that it turned out to be, eventually late on, like early morning in the late hours if you like, we got the van dropped off at Volkswagen Oldham, and we managed to, you know, find somewhere that we could park, you know, to leave the van there. Anyway, we then went to Volkswagen Oldham to get the van obviously looked at and sorted and everything. And now the thing is, like, Volkswagen Oldham, we just basically like showed up and basically said the van's broke down, here it is, you know, and obviously it was kind of like what we're going to do about it. Now, obviously they're a business, they're very busy, you know, I don't take any priority whatsoever, because obviously I walk in, there's other customers in there and things that have like booked in, waiting and everything. So we had to wait a few days before they could actually, you know, do any like diagnostic testing. And we got the van pushed into the garage, and basically we just had to leave the van there. So it was about a week later or something, you know, they managed to like have a look, do all the diagnostics and everything. Now, the fault actually turns out to be an electrical fault. A simple enough fault that's happened, but there's an issue, and it's a big issue for us. The parts that are required to fix this electrical problem, they don't have them in stock at Volkswagen Oldham, and it's something that needs ordering. Now, they've ordered this part, but unfortunately this part is actually out of stock within the Volkswagen group, and they're on back order. So for anyone that doesn't know what being on back order means, it means that like Volkswagen, they don't have the part in stock, and they themselves are waiting for this part to come in. Now here's the thing, it's on back order and they've had the van for about 2 weeks already. The part has been ordered, but we don't know how long it's going to be before that part comes in. So at the moment we are without our camper van, and like I said, unfortunately it's nothing to do with Volkswagen, it's nothing to do with ourselves or anything, it's just the way it is, where the part's not in stock, it has been ordered, and we're waiting for it to come in. Because it is a few weeks later, you've probably noticed that like some of the videos, you know, that we've done in the past before we've uploaded this one, you'll have seen that we've got a Volkswagen Transporter. Now, Volkswagen Oldham have kindly let us use this Volkswagen Transporter while our vehicle's being fixed. Now, the thing is, like I say, we don't know how long it's going to be, but they've said that, you know, we can use this vehicle until it does get fixed. Now, this is why, obviously, we had so many plans, because the day that this happened was our first day of our holiday to Scotland, and we was going to spend a month in Scotland. But because this has happened, you know, obviously we didn't have the van, so, you know, the type of journey that we wanted to do, the type of like road trip and, you know, things that we wanted to do, we couldn't do it. So, like I said, Volkswagen Oldham, they kindly let us use, you know, this van that we've had for the last few weeks, and this has allowed us to get out there, and we've done some like crazy like trips, like going back to basics and things, and you know what, we've really enjoyed it. What now then? Well, there's nothing we can do. Now, the thing is, Volkswagen Oldham, they've been keeping me in the loop with all of this. You know, they've been contacting me quite often, you know, like telling me that, you know, they're still waiting and things, you know, giving me updates and everything. There isn't anything that they can do to make this process happen any quicker or anything. So it's just a case of we're going to have to wait now. In the meantime, you know, me and Brooke, we're still doing like the travel that we want to do and things, you know, we're not just going to sit down and do nothing. So for now, there's nothing we can do, and what I wanted to do, I wanted to give you guys an update, let you know exactly what's going on. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're still going to be doing travel and things, you know, we're still going to be like going to different places, different areas. We've even done some glamping as well, and that's been really exciting. So, you know, it just shows that like, even though this has happened, you know, we can still get out there, we can still do it, you know, we can still live it, we can still have van life experiences,